He's a music producer, a father, and a gospel rapper. Stay tuned.
Mr. Motlhabi.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Blessed as always.
Blessed as always.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. It's a safe answer. It's a safe response.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I want you to tell these guys who are watching us, Hori, who is Mr. Motlhabi?
Motlhabi, where do I start? I was born and raised in Pretoria, Atteridgeville to be specific.
Hey, with your Tswana, man, I thought somewhere in Palape.
Nah, because my families are from there, but now and again we travel, and my father insisted on speaking the mother tongue. That's why I can't let it go.
Yeah.
You know, no matter these multiracial schools you can go to, but when I got home...
Get home.
Yeah. You understand? So, I was born and raised in Atteridgeville, studied music, sound engineering, to be specific, and a bit of music. I only did my grade 1. I didn't go that far with it. But the reason why I actually studied music was because of I needed to learn how to actually work in the studio and actually produce music, you know. Other than that, I started doing music, producing my own music immediately after 2000, and started releasing my own projects.
After 2000?
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're sitting with a legend. Yeah. This man has been around.
I've been around, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you say producing music, was this now producing your own music or for other people?
Both, but the intent was to produce my own music.
Okay.
Reason being was when we went to studios, I wasn't happy with the production. You know, so you get there, you pay a lot of money, and you come out with the project that you're not happy with. I remember when I was still in a group, I told the guys after recording our first project, I told them that, you know what, I wasn't happy, and to my surprise, that all of us were not happy with the production that we did on that project. I told them that let's take a year of a break. I'm going to go to school and study sound engineering and music and a little bit of journalism, and so that we'll be able to produce our own music the way we want without having to complain to anyone.
So you're talking about the guys. So you had a group.
I was in a group, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which I won't mention. Yeah.
I mean, listening to your rhymes, man. Remember, I'm a fan of your work.
Yeah.
You probably were the Beyonce of the group.
Not really, hey. I was the most quiet guy in the group. I was always in the background. I was the guy who always wanted to learn. I was the one who was always in the studio, the one who was always producing beats for the guys, the one who was always writing, the one who was just trying to know how the industry worked. That was me. Even when we did shows, I was the one who was, when they were taking selfies and doing signatures, I was in probably somewhere in the back room or in the car trying to put together the next gig. So, Wow.
So you were the brains.
Might as well, yeah. You might put it like that, yeah.
Wow. So what happened to the group, man?
The group, you know how it is with every group. Someone will come and tell them, no, you guys can do it without this guy. You know? And I think it was a blessing in disguise, because with that, they too saw that I was the brains behind the whole thing. The ship could not move without me.
It's too late, don't
Exactly. The whole thing just died. They left for Bloemfontein to try and pursue the whole thing that side, because we had a huge fan base there. So they went there, they did their thing, and me being nice, because then we were selling CDs. I think I gave them 200 CDs to go sell them that side. Since we had a huge fan base, in terms of for them to be able to to sustain and whatnot. And they did that, but the money got finished, and then and then I guess people wanted new material, and they couldn't. Yeah.
I always say this music thing. It's a collaboration between business and talent.
Exactly.
And that relationship has to be tight, or else business can't sing or can act or whatever the art is, and talent also can't run business in most instances.
Yeah,
unless
you can't do everything. You can't do everything. Everybody must learn to stay in their own lane and do what basically what their gift is all about. And then we move swiftly like that. It's a unit, so but once the other one is not there, it's the car will not move, the car will not move.
Well, I know that and rumor says, or rather rumor has it, that you weren't always a Christian rapper or rap for Jesus, as you guys call it.
Yeah.
What was how was the transition?
Okay, let's start here. I come from Kwaito and Motswako and a hip-hop in the world, so to speak. Yeah. But with the kind of music that I was doing, not to say that the music wasn't good, but I was not happy with what I was singing about. Yeah. Talking about booze and women and diminishing women and belittling people. For me, I was doing it just so I can get in, but it did not work out that way. I think somehow, some way, during the course of it, God actually got the hang of me and said, look, it's either you change now or you lose me. So I made that transition. It wasn't that difficult.
It wasn't that difficult?
No, because I felt right at home. I'm comfortable writing stuff about God and inspiring people to come closer to Him than having to lie to people.
But were you always a Christian?
I was.
When rapping, the other team.
My father was a preacher, so you can understand growing up in that. Yeah. So going to church every Sunday at home, we'll have mini services. People have sort of a certain expectation of you, but because of when you are born into the world or the world being introduced to you, there are certain things that you would want to experience as you grow up. Yeah. So I went and did all of that, and trust me, I did it all. Yeah. I did it all. Were
you the prodigal son?
Mom, I hope you're not watching. Not really. I was always being the good guy. I mean, I remember I used to fight with my cousins a lot because they used to say that in my language, you get some bit here, holier than thou, So because I always listened and did what I was told to do. Yeah. And what I did in the street stays in the street. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But when I came home,
more like Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, so I left all of that, and when I found Jesus again, and I just had to leave all of that.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And how has it been? I mean, the music career, especially rapping for Jesus, as opposed to young Tupac.
It's fulfilling because it's all about inspiring and having to shine a light into somebody else's life. It's even if it's just that one person. Yeah. For me, it's the greatest feeling ever because having to change somebody. I've met a lot of people who actually needed that light, and some of them never found that light. I mean, I still have some cousins who still need that light, and me doing what I do now, sort of to inspire and to share that light to them, and hopefully one day they will see the light and walk towards it.
Yeah. So we're all preachers here. You may not be heading a church like your dad. Yeah. But you preaching with your words and your music.
That's the whole point. I mean, I just remember the switch when I had to leave the world and come into the church. It's just me using the gift that God has blessed me with to praise Him back and inspiring other people and showing them that, look, it's cool to be a Christian, you know, because there's this perception in the world that being a Christian, you have to be this stiff person and you cannot enjoy life.
Well, I see you've got the swag. Look. I think every young person would like to praise that kind of a Jesus, you know, the one with the swag and the rhymes.
Jesus is cool. I mean, for me, he's my cool Jesus. I rock with him always. There's never a moment where I don't speak about him. Yeah. So whether it's through music or just sitting with people, just like we're sitting now, there's no way that I won't talk about him, because the things that he got me through. I'll be lying if I said it wasn't him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I see you worked for television.
Oh yeah, that's some of the things that I do besides music. Okay. God has opened a door for me to work rather in the television space. You know, where I work in the news department. We're dealing about news. My department specifically, we all about making sure that what you need to watch on television starts on time and finishing on time, whether it's the news itself or it's the adverts. Yeah.
Okay. So, you want to talk more about that timing of things? I always knew that there's a whole lot of scheduling because I also do marketing and PR for brands, and I know if you are 5 minutes late, or if you have 5 minutes, you have scored, you know, because and this is from back when mainstream media was like the only thing, and thank God for YouTube specifically. But you want to talk about those schedulings and stuff like that?
For example, remember companies or brands, they pay for slots on television. And when the company or a brand says, I want a 5-minute slot just 10 minutes before 8, you cannot play it after 8. Because there's a reason why they paid for the slot. It could be maybe it was lesser or higher, or fit in their budget. So if you play it after, that means now the company will have to lose revenue to find another schedule for that, and having to play for what they've lost.
Wow, beautiful, man. So I collaborated with you, I think, on a couple of occasions. Where I think you jumped into one of my songs. And I think I worked on one of your productions. And stuff like. Do you want to talk about some of your collaborations in this business?
I started with Taki Ndo. We did a song called Kenako. How we started.
Love that song, by the way. Love that song.
How we started was I was on the tour. We met on the tour. And he loved what I was doing on the stage, and he came backstage and told me that, look, I love what you're doing. Maybe we should do something about it, you know. And I jumped on the opportunity. I didn't even waste time, because when he told me that during that week, I called him and said, look, I've got a beat that I think it will be a perfect fit for the collaboration. And he says, look, man, whenever you're ready, just let me know. And I went to him and then played the beat for him, and it's like 5 minutes after listening to it, he says, let's do it. And the next day he came to my house, my studio, and he laced his verse, and then the rest was history.
Wow.
And then after that, you know, I did a collaboration with you for the love song with Brian Temba, and then Collin Damans for Khalimela. A beautiful lady by the name of Uone. We did a song called I'm a Winner, and many others.
And any future collaborations that you sort of are aiming at?
There's a lot. I actually want to go outside the country and see who I can collaborate with, because I know that at the moment CHH, rather hip hop, Christian hip hop music is actually growing in the world now. I've seen some people that I think I would love to go out there and Craze and you know, to see if we cannot collaborate, because I love what they're doing, and me bringing the Motswako twist in the whole thing. I think it will bring a different vibe into the whole thing.
Wow. I see there's a song making rounds, and I'm surprised why you didn't talk about that song with Grace. Who's the lady?
The one that I did with Melisagotgrace. Yes. No, we have the whole day, so I was still gonna get to that. So
I hear you.
Yeah. So I just released the song called Ngemithandazo. It features the most talented, beautiful lady by the name of Melisagotgrace. That song is doing wonders at the moment. People are loving it. It's a different collabo on its own, because it's Motswako, but still we ventured on that amapiano type of vibe, and to my surprise, it's actually working.
Man, you know, the chemistry, the two of you. It's probably one of the the most interesting rap song I've ever heard, especially with that whole gospel flavor, because I mean everybody can, whether or not you like rap, it matters not. Everybody can actually jump onto that one, young and old and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So hence I'm actually strangling you for not talking about it.
No, man, the song it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. I also love it. My kids love it. My wife love it. So it's more or less like, remember we spoke about shining the light to the world. So this is what the song is doing, because the sound itself is the worldly sound, you know. It gravitates towards everyone, you know. So us mixing the gospel or blending it with the gospel, or speaking about Jesus on the song, it's a perfect fit, because we shining that light into the world and bringing them from darkness to the light.
You know, one of my favorite things to do in the world is being a father. I think being a father is my top post.
Of course.
My top job. And I look at you now working with your sons in some projects.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all about timing, because they've always been with me. It's either when I'm working in the studio or when I'm on tour doing shows. They will always ask, Dad, we want to do something. Can we record a song with you? And I would always tell them that it's not the right time yet. So, but until God said to me, look, these two songs that you have, I think it would be a perfect fit to have your sons on it. So when I played the beat to them, they didn't waste time. They didn't waste time. They actually said, look, we know what to say. We know what we're going to say about it. And then I let them be themselves. I was just behind the scenes and say, you guys go, let me see what you have. And they didn't disappoint.
Wow. So it's like father, like son.
I guess let's call it like this. It's a legacy for me. I'm preparing them for what's to come, and I want to make sure that they are ready, and for them to be able to do what is necessary with the necessary tools that they receive. Because, like you said, being a father is the top thing for a father, because you don't want another man raising your kids. So you need to be a hero to your children. So this is what I'm trying to do. Everything that I do, I make sure that my kids admires it, and then to try and top it as they grow.
You'll be the first influencer.
Exactly. You cannot influence the world, but you can influence your family, because remember, family is your first ministry.
Man.
So you start there. If you cannot influence those people, you cannot.
These ones are assigned to you specifically.
You cannot win the world if you cannot win your family.
Wow. Man, that's interesting. And wifey, is she also into the business, singing and rapping?
Wifey handles the money.
I like this family, man.
She handles the money, man. She's the money lady. She's in accounting, so every budget that has to come out, she has to approve it.
Yeah.
She has to approve it. And
man, I like where this is going. I like where this is going.
Yeah.
If wifey can handle the money, then we know we're good.
Of course.
Because then the business will be able to run.
Yeah. Otherwise, the house will be filled with cars, and that we don't need.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And what's next, man? What's next for Motlhabi?
At the moment, I'm actually reviving a movement that I started long ago called Making Jesus Fashionable. We have a festival that is coming on the 1st of December. It's going to concentrate more specifically on the CHH movement, the Christian hip-hop movement.
CHH?
Yes. So we're giving a platform to the kids who actually are in that space. So we're going to start it in Pretoria, and we're going to move around the country with it.
Wow.
And see how many kids we can help and give them a platform.
Well, this is a plug. Young rappers, this is a plug. You must get in touch with Motlhabi. Go to social media, go to Instagram and Twitter and wherever he is. I think we'll put your handles.
Yeah,
we'll put your handles so that people can actually get in touch with you.
Yeah, we're also going to create a page as well for that. So people must look out for that, because there's going to be a page that will tell people what's happening with the movement. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Texas. I think it was 2016. I was with Collin Damans. So we went to this Christian rap concert. Man, you know, one would think rap is guys, singing loud and and making us dab, even though we don't know how to. But to my surprise, and Collin is probably my witness on this one. To my surprise, we were raising our hands, just crying, man, and worshiping, because the presence of God was so heavy in that place. Yeah. And it was only rap. These guys they brought their A game.
The Bible says, "Come as you are," so you cannot discriminate between what is worship. And people think worship it's singing. Actually, it's not.
Wow.
So
you wanna go deep on that one? You wanna talk more on that one?
Worshipping comes from the heart. It starts there, and giving thanks to God. It's not only just when people are singing, and then you would say that they're worshiping. Talking, it's worship. Walking, it's worship.
Wow.
It's in the act. It's in what's from the heart.
Wow.
So blessing somebody is a worship.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So with rap as well, is we give him back to God by shining the light. That's worship in itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, bars. Well, what a lyricist. Thanks for taking time, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for taking your precious time to, chill with me. I hope we can do this some other time.
Look, man, I'm always flexible for you. I mean, you my boy. We rock together. So when you gave me the call, I just had to make a plan to make sure that I'm available. So as always, whether it's a song or whatever it is that you want me to jump on, I'm always going to do it without hesitance. It's all about collaboration, like you said. I love to collaborate. I love trying new things and having to praise God with these new things. For me, it works because you have to try everything. I mean, everything is in the tip of our fingers, and it's exposed to us. So instead of doing all these bad things with what it's been exposed to us, rather let's share the light and use these tools.
The
Bible says we recognize his devices, So let's take his devices and use it for good. So wherever people are, we have to go shine the light to them.
Appreciate you, man.
Well, man, no,
Appreciate it.
thanks for coming, bro. Thank you, and thanks for coming to my space. And,
Yeah.
talking about God.
Talking about Jesus, baby.
Yeah.